Okay, we are live. We are live. Okay. Woo. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live. Gosh, so stoked to be here with all of you. Gonna say hello to all of you in the comments section. If you're joining me on Instagram, welcome. This is gonna be like 5 minutes, so just have a seat and stick around. I'm going to make a really high vibrational, raw living, 100% raw, 100% vegan dish to kind of raise your vibration during these unsettling times. If you're joining me on YouTube on Andrea Cox TV, welcome. And if you're joining me on my Andrea Lee, Leigh Cox page, hop on over to YouTube and subscribe, and hop on over to my Raw Chef Andrea page on Instagram and follow me there. I will follow you back. So, guys, those of you who don't know me, I am Andrea Cox, intuitive healer and holistic wellness coach. I have written 3 plant-based books, the most recent being Eat Right for Your Zodiac. That's number 4. You can get it on Barnes & Noble online. You can get it in Target stores online. You can get it on AndreaCox.com. You can get it on Amazon. I write for each of the zodiac signs, kind of the way you should eat, and it's got beautiful living foods, most that has been grown in my garden in San Diego, in Las Vegas, and now here, and really proud of this book. We are currently working on an oracle deck. It's going to have, I believe, 70 cards total, and I'm working on it with a beautiful girl named Kat, and she's out of Canada. She's an artist. I'm writing the book and the cards. It's all about wellness, the Akashic records, which are our past lives, and our animal spirit guides. So you guys, I literally was not going to go live. Let me say hello to all of you real quick. I was not going to go live, but it was getting kind of windy, and I was out in the garden, and I was like, I think I should go live. So do me a favor. Whoops. And I was like, if you can give this video a thumbs up and tell me where you're tuning in from in the comments section below this video. Sorry about that, you guys. Okay. All right, we're all set. Okay, so I was in the garden and I grew some beets, and I've got some evening primrose. I've got a ton of herbs in the garden, a lot of parsley, a lot of cilantro, a lot of garlic, a lot of dill, a lot of oregano, a lot of chives. I decided to go more of a medicine woman route this spring. I decided to just kind of throw caution to the wind, and I went out there one night at like midnight. I couldn't see anything, and I threw a bunch of evening primrose seeds down, knowing they would come up at this time. And I got to tell you, the garden, if you haven't checked out the videos, the reels on Raw Chef Andrea on Instagram, I'm censored there. If you haven't checked those out, check them out. The garden is absolutely stunning. It looks like a florist just threw up. It's so incredibly beautiful, right? And I was like, I walked out about a week ago and I saw these beautiful purple and yellow flowers. And I was just like, oh my God, it's turning out how I wanted. It looks like a kind of a wildflower orchard, and it's beautiful. And the beautiful thing about the evening primrose and all of these herbs that I grow myself is, number one, I don't have to buy them in the store. Number 2, there's a ton of uses for these, and I'm going to teach you and show you a recipe that takes less than 3 minutes. but also it saves money, but you know where your food is coming from. So, to be sustainable, especially as a vegan and, a woman who lives by herself, to be 100% sustainable. I'm not 100% sustainable. I do go to Trader Joe's every week and hit a farmer's market, but to be mostly sustainable is a real gift that we can give ourselves. So these are my beet greens that are soaking from the garden. And I just want to kind of give you a little education on beet greens. Beet greens are the highest green in chlorophyll that there is. You can't get any higher unless you take chlorella, which is basically put into a supplement. Beet greens are where it's at. So when you're at the grocery store, a lot of people twist these off and they throw them to the side. Juice these. You can blanch them, which I don't recommend. Eat them raw in salads. Eat the stem. They're excellent for the liver, just like beets are. A lot of the goodness of those in the stem. So, utilize the beet greens. I don't throw anything away in my kitchen at all. I learned from my grandma LaGolda, and she would not throw away anything. So without further ado, I'm going to light one of these sage bundles real quick for us. We're going to kind of send a little positive juju your way. Another thing I made myself because I'm just weird like that. I got to know where my sage bundles are coming from and everything else. Continue telling me where you're tuning in from in the comments section below. And if you have any questions on cellular detoxification, wellness, or spirituality, put them in the comments below. So what I'm going to make today, I'm going to first of all, I am on a orange juice fast because it makes your skin really dewy. So this is my orange juice. I'm going to take a quick swig. This is like quart 3 for me, and it just really gives my digestive system a rest and makes my skin absolutely glow the next day. So I'm going to show you what I do with all of the herbs in the garden, because right now, if someone who wasn't into gardening walked out into my garden, they would be like, Andrea, that is full of weeds. And I actually told my neighbor the other day, I'm like, those aren't weeds. I just want to let you know that those aren't weeds because, I don't want them to think, I'm growing weeds. I'm growing all herbs because what I do with these herbs is I not only infuse them into my food, I dehydrate them and make them, into like almost a seasoning with garlic and onion and other things of that nature. I'm not much of a salt girl, but occasionally. And I also put them into recipes, and I even take my flowers I grow and I make my sage bundles. So nothing goes to waste in my garden. Even if I see a dandelion green, those are actually excellent for the liver, right? So here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna twist off the stems, and I'm gonna actually save the stems for tomorrow to put in my juice. So I always have a little dish set, nearby that I put things that are left over, and I'll add them to my juice if they're in the raw form. And I've got an old Hamilton Beach food processor that I bought for $15 at a garage sale, literally, I think 25 years ago. I'm not kidding. I'm so cheap when it comes to like clothes. I wore this in high school. This is from 25 years ago when it comes to appliances, everything. So this is really strong, you guys. So I'm actually going to put these aside and just use a little handful because the smell is so strong. I don't want it to be overpowering. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a little cheese dip, but it's not going to have cheese in it at all. It's actually going to have cashews and nutritional yeast as the cheese, okay? Comment below, continue telling me where you're tuning in from. Throw this video a heart, a thumbs up, stay with me. This is going to be like 3 minutes. So I don't measure anything. I've got about a handful of cashews. Now, cashews are very fatty, right? They've also got lectins. So lectins can cause us to have allergic reaction, but even blueberries, even goji berries, even chia seeds have lectin. So I don't do a lot of lectin-rich foods, but I'm going to tonight. And then I'm going to take, normally I wouldn't do salt, but for all of you, you might be transitioning from a SAD, standard American diet. We call that a SAD diet because we've been programmed, right, to think that's healthy. And you might be transitioning onto a more living foods, or look at me, not wanting to waste, just like my grandma. I mean, if I spill green juice, I'm like literally. So you might be transitioning. So I'm going to use a little onion salt for all of you. And then I'm going to use a little garlic powder. And I actually grabbed the onion powder, but we're just going to, actually, I got to get it because if I'm wrong, I got to get the right stuff. Okay. Here we go. We're going to use a little onion powder and we're going to use a little mushroom powder. I like the mushroom powder because it gives it even more of like a medicinal property. And we're going to use the onion powder. And we're going to use the onion salt. So this is basically it, you guys. This is it. The cashews are what's going to give it that kind of cheesy, kind of chunky flavor. And then I'm going to add a little bit of nutritional yeast. To those of you who aren't familiar with nutritional yeast, a lot of raw foodies, living foods people, they're against nutritional yeast. I personally don't have a problem with it. If you do too much, it can clog the lymphatic system, which are the little nodes in our body, in our armpits and here, etc., a little too much. But I really, I've been vegan for 23 years. I've been vegan since, I think I came out of the womb, like telling my mom I wanted to be different. I don't know. Now, just to kind of make it pliable, we're going to, as my dog is chewing one of my shoes, buddy, excuse me, one sec, you guys. No. Sorry about that, you guys. We're going to make it a little pliable with this. Oh, you guys, hang on. I'm so sorry. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. My dog is like, he has this thing where he's really bad once I get on camera, and it's so like, I think he knows, right? I think he knows. Anyway, we're going to just kind of blend like so. And the thing I love about this Hamilton Beach food processor, it's so easy. When you don't want to dirty up a Vitamix or you don't want to get like a big, mixer out, you can just use this. Super easy to clean, rinse it out, put it back. So we're going to do a half. And you guys, that's basically it. You have kind of like a pesto almost, but it has this really cheesy kind of, how really hard cheeses have that pungent smell? Let me get a dish for you. It's got that cheesy kind of taste, and I absolutely love it. So I'll have this pretty much like with just like flax crackers, or, I'll top it on a salad or whatever. It's literally like 3 ingredients. You've got this smells so incredible, and I'm on a orange juice fast for 3 days, and I'm like, really, Andrea? So really easy. Cashews, parsley from the garden, and, some seasoning, and that's it. So, I want to be like, but I'm not going to. I'm going to sip my orange juice like a good girl. So what I hear most of you say, and this is in the book, by the way. I can't wait for the Oracle deck to come out for all of you. I'm super stoked. So what I hear most of you say is that, veganism is hard, or going raw vegan, or eating living foods is difficult. It's actually extremely easy. You know, what I like to do is not complicate things. I wake up, I get on my elliptical, which is in my kitchen, or I go to the gym, or I run up the mountain with my bigger dog Maverick to wear him out. I come back, I make a juice, usually a green juice, sometimes a fresh orange juice. I'll get some work done. I'll have a big plate of fruit. I'll have a big salad, and then I'll have a big evening salad. It's so incredibly simple. I have something sweet almost every night. Your weight rarely fluctuates. I think I gained like 10 pounds when I moved here just because I've been lazy, but your weight rarely fluctuates on this type of lifestyle. So I'm gonna kind of show you a little close up. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And it's delicious, and that's it, and that's all. So I'm gonna see, is anyone on Facebook? So welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, Andrea. You have a great name. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you, Miles. Welcome, John. Welcome, Stevie. Welcome, Mark. Mark Elliott. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for all the hearts and all the love. So, you guys, basically what I'm trying to show you here is, our food isn't grown in healthy soil anymore, right? So even if you have just a small place to grow, I am blessed with a large yard, but even I only use 3 grow boxes. That's all I use. I'm not, planting, on acres and acres of land. I use 3 grow boxes, and I'm growing all my own herbs, kale, spinach, cabbage, tomatoes, the beets, and tons of evening primrose and stinging nettle and things of that nature. So even if you just have a small area, even if you live in an apartment and you have a window box, to be able to grow your own food and then to harvest the food and then to put the food into healthy dishes, or even cooked dishes, vegetable soups, etc. Absolutely amazing. I don't buy any of my seasonings except onion salt, garlic salt at the store anymore. I usually make my own. I don't buy any of my medicine. I make my own. I don't even buy any of my sage bundles. I make my own. So, because I grow my own sage. So all of these things are about getting back to the way our ancestors lived years ago. I mean, do I ride on a horse and buggy? Absolutely not. I go get my nails done and I go to a gym and things like that. However, I try to live, and I've always done this, as sustainable as possible. So I wanted to share that with all of you. Now, I will be going live tonight on the Detox Intuitive, which is my spiritual channel. I'm also going to be going live doing just a healing session, probably like an oracle reading, practicing with the cards that are coming out tomorrow around 3 p.m. Pacific. So you can join me live right here on Facebook, Andrea Lee, Leigh Cox. Join me there. We have about, I think, 21,000 followers over there. You can also join me live on Andrea Cox TV for health and wellness, raw vegan recipes, the Detox Intuitive for spirituality, and Raw Chef Andrea on Instagram. And I just want to welcome and thank all the new people that came over to my platforms from TikTok. We had a little pine needle video that got like 45,000 views the other day. I don't know what it's up to. I haven't checked today. It might be even more. So welcome, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you have a beautiful night. It is so hot here. So hot. Okay. Talk soon. Bye. Be well. Bye. Okay. Bye, guys. Bye.